Are you wondering about the recent stimulus check changes and how they might affect you or your loved ones? Well, you're not alone. The stimulus checks, as you may know, are part of a relief package designed to cushion the economic impact of unforeseen circumstances. But why have there been changes? The simple answer is to better meet the needs of different groups, including Social Security recipients, those on SSDI and SSI, seniors, and low-income individuals. In this comprehensive guide, we'll be discussing 5 major changes to the stimulus checks. Each change is significant and could potentially impact you or someone you care about. We'll delve into the reasons behind these updates, explain the eligibility criteria, and clarify any misconceptions. We'll also give you insights into how these changes might benefit you. So, buckle up and get ready for a deep dive into the world of stimulus check changes. Stay tuned as we dive into these changes and how they could affect you and your loved ones. The first major change is the expanded eligibility. But what does this mean for you? Well, in a nutshell, expanded eligibility means that more people now qualify for the stimulus checks. This change is all about bringing more individuals into the fold and ensuring that a larger portion of our population benefits from these essential payments. So, who exactly falls under this expanded eligibility? The list now includes not just those with a Social Security number, but also individuals who pay taxes using an Individual Taxpayer Identification Number or ITIN. This is a significant shift as it opens up opportunities for many who were previously left out. But that's not all. There's more to this expanded eligibility than meets the eye. For instance, let's talk about dependents. In the past, only children under the age of 17 were eligible for stimulus checks as dependents. Now, however, that age limit has been lifted. This means that older dependents, such as college students and seniors claimed as dependents on someone else's tax return, can also qualify for these payments. Now you might be wondering, how does this change benefit seniors and low-income individuals? Well, by broadening the eligibility criteria, the government aims to reach more people in need. This includes seniors who often live on fixed incomes and may be claimed as dependents by their adult children. It also includes low-income individuals who might not have been eligible earlier due to their tax status. Furthermore, this expansion also covers mixed-status households, where some members have a Social Security number while others use an ITIN. This is particularly important as it ensures that these families who were previously ineligible can now receive stimulus checks. To wrap this up, expanded eligibility is a clear step towards inclusivity. It ensures that the stimulus checks reach a broader demographic, thereby providing financial support to those who need it the most. So, with the expanded eligibility, more people than ever before can now qualify for the stimulus checks. Next up, we have increased payment amounts. How does this impact your pocket? In this ever-evolving financial landscape, the government has recognized the need to provide more substantial support to those who need it most. That's why they've implemented a key change: increased payment amounts for the stimulus checks. This is a major adjustment that carries a lot of weight, especially for people who are living on a tight budget. Let's dive a little deeper into what this actually means. With this change, the amount of money that you receive from the stimulus check could be significantly higher than what you received in the past. We're talking about a noticeable increase that could potentially make a big difference in your day-to-day life. Why is this significant? Well, think about it. With the cost of living on the rise, every extra dollar counts. An increased stimulus check could help cover essential expenses like groceries, utilities, and medical bills. It could also provide a safety net for unexpected costs that can arise. The idea behind this change is simple, yet profound. The government wants to bring more financial relief to those who are struggling. By increasing the payment amounts, they're effectively putting more money into the hands of people who need it most. Now, it's important to note that these increased payments are not a one-size-fits-all solution. The actual amount you receive will depend on several factors, including your income level and your tax status. So while we can't give you an exact figure, we can assure you that this change is designed to provide a more substantial financial cushion. Remember, this change doesn't mean you automatically receive more money. You still need to meet the eligibility criteria, which we talked about in the previous scene. But if you do qualify, you can expect to see a higher amount in your stimulus check. The bottom line is, this change is a big deal. It's a significant move that could bring much needed financial relief to many people. So, whether you're retired, disabled, or simply trying to make ends meet, this increase could make a real difference in your life. So, the increased payment amounts can provide a much needed financial boost to many individuals. The third major change is in how the stimulus checks are dispersed. What does this mean for you? Well, let's dive into the details. In the past, stimulus checks were primarily sent through the mail, either as paper checks or debit cards. However, this process often resulted in delays and difficulties. Recipients had to wait for their checks to arrive, and sometimes they got lost in the mail. To address these issues, the government has introduced new disbursement methods. Now, you have more options to receive your stimulus payment. For one, direct deposit has been expanded. If you've provided the IRS with your bank account information, either through your tax return or the IRS's online tool, your stimulus payment can be directly deposited into your account. This method is the fastest and safest way to get your stimulus check. But what if you don't have a bank account? No worries, the government has got you covered. They've introduced the option of receiving your stimulus payment on a prepaid debit card. This card works just like any other debit card. You can use it to make purchases, get cash from in-network ATMs, or transfer funds to your personal bank account without any additional fees. And let's not forget about the good old paper check. Yes, it's still an option, but keep in mind that it might take a little longer to arrive in the mail. The aim of these changes is to make the disbursement process more efficient and accessible. Whether you prefer the speed of direct deposit, the flexibility of a prepaid debit card, or the familiarity of a paper check, the choice is yours. But remember, to make use of these options, you need to provide the necessary information to the IRS. So if you haven't done so, make sure to update your details on the IRS website. These changes in disbursement methods aim to ensure you receive your stimulus checks in the most convenient way possible. The fourth change involves adjustments to income thresholds. But how does this affect your eligibility for the stimulus checks? Let's dive a bit deeper. The income threshold set the bar for who qualifies for the stimulus check based on their annual income. Previously, these thresholds were set at a certain level, excluding some individuals from receiving the stimulus checks. However, these thresholds have now been adjusted. This means that the financial bar has been raised, allowing more individuals to qualify for the stimulus checks. For example, if someone was making just above the previous threshold, they might have missed out on the stimulus checks. But now, with the increased threshold, they could very well be eligible. This change has been made to ensure that more people who are in need receive the financial assistance they deserve. It's a step towards extending the support to those who may have fallen through the cracks before. Remember though that these changes to the income thresholds are not a guarantee of receiving a stimulus check. Eligibility is determined by a multitude of factors, including your income, tax filing status, and more. It's always a good idea to check your eligibility status with a trusted source or a financial advisor. Adjustments to income thresholds can mean that more people are now eligible for the stimulus checks. This step is a part of the larger efforts to provide financial relief to as many people as possible during these challenging times. Finally, there are special provisions for seniors and disabled individuals. What does this entail? Well, it's all about providing extra financial relief to these groups. Let's delve into the details. In the midst of these changes, a particular focus has been placed on ensuring that seniors and disabled individuals are not left behind. The stimulus check changes now include provisions that specifically cater to the unique needs of these groups. This means that in addition to the standard benefits, there are extra provisions designed to provide more financial support. For instance, if you're a senior or disabled individual, you may be eligible for an increased stimulus payment. This is due to the recognition that these groups often have additional expenses, such as healthcare costs, that can make it harder for them to make ends meet. Furthermore, the process to claim these benefits has been made easier. The aim is to reduce the barriers that often prevent these groups from accessing the financial support they need. This includes simplifying the application process and providing additional support to help navigate the system. But remember, while these provisions are designed to offer additional help, it's important to ensure you meet all the eligibility criteria. So, do your homework and understand all the details. These special provisions aim to provide additional support to seniors and disabled individuals. They are a testament to the commitment to ensure that everyone, regardless of age or disability, is given the support they need in these challenging times. So, what does all this mean for you? We've covered a lot of ground today, delving into the 5 major changes to the stimulus checks. Each of these changes holds significance and can impact recipients in varying ways. Firstly, we address the expanded eligibility, which aims to include more individuals, such as adult dependents, who were previously left out of earlier rounds. This is a major shift, allowing more people to benefit from the stimulus checks. Secondly, we explored the increased payment amounts. The goal here is to provide additional financial support to those who need it most. It's important to note the increase isn't just about the total dollar amount. It's about recognizing the financial strain many are under and providing some relief. Thirdly, we delved into the changes in payment disbursement. The aim is to make the distribution of payments more efficient and timely. This change is about ensuring that the stimulus checks reach the people who need them as quickly as possible. Fourthly, we unpacked the adjustments to income thresholds. This change signifies a shift in the approach, focusing more on those at the lower end of the income scale. Remember, it's not just about the amount you receive, but also about the impact it can have on your financial stability. Finally, we highlighted the special provisions for seniors and disabled individuals. These provisions are about acknowledging the unique challenges these groups face and ensuring they are not overlooked in the distribution of stimulus checks. These changes represent a concerted effort to provide more comprehensive financial relief to those most affected by the current economic climate. As we move forward, it's crucial to stay informed about these changes and understand how they may affect you. If you have any further questions or concerns, don't hesitate to seek out additional information. There are plenty of resources available to help you navigate these updates. Remember, these changes aim to provide financial relief to more people in need. Stay informed and make the most of the stimulus checks.